Hello, I'm Matt and welcome to Badger Workshop. So this is my Swan air compressor. I got this when I moved into the house and before I even started building the workshop. So I've had this over 8 months now, and it gets used several times a week. Reason I got this, because I had the 9 litre Stanley one before. Well, 2 reasons really. More capacity, this is 30 litres as I think I just said, and is quieter. You can get silent compressors and I think they really, well, they're not silent obviously, but very low noise. This is more of a quiet one. The Stanley was incredibly loud. It was probably as loud as my Bosch table saw. But I think I found with the table saw, you know it's going to be noisy. You've put on all your PPE to use it. With the compressor, main thing I use is the brad nailer. Working away, using that, listening to a podcast, and then suddenly it kicks in behind you incredibly loud. Also, if I'm busy, it's nice to get all the machining of wood done during the day and then maybe early evening or even at the weekends get things put together and finished. So using the brad nailer to put things together, you can't do it in the evening if suddenly you've got a machine as loud as a table saw suddenly kicking in. So this is so much quieter. We'll get the decibel meter out in a second and I'll show you. It's also the upright design, so the actual footprint on the floor, it takes up less room than the Stanley, even though it's over 3 times the capacity. I never really realised I needed the extra capacity. It's come in very handy. So we'll do a sound test, then I'll show you some of the accessories that I've got for it. So I've just set the decimal meter up on the bench above it. And if you've seen my table saw video, you can get an idea of sound levels. So I've just got the air duster out to make it charge. So let's get it down to ambient sound and then I'll do it. So the compressor doesn't really come with any accessories. They give you some PTFE tape and a Euro connector, which is essential, and I've changed all my tools and hoses to 1/4" Euro connectors because annoyingly they all come with different ones. So I've got 2 hoses. This coil hose is a polyurethane one and it's really good. I had a nylon one before and that got tangled. And I think the nylon one's got much more of a matte finish, so you can tell. This more shiny one doesn't get tangled up. It's really good. As I say, this is 1 meter. I probably wish I'd got the 2 meter one. So the other hose I've got is more the standard type, and that's 5 meters. And I don't really use that much now. Now I've got the coil one, but it was really handy for when actually building the workshop because it could stretch quite far. The main tool I use is the Stanley brad nailer. I think this can take up to a 50mm brad nail, so it's really handy. There's definitely a link to this on my Amazon page below. I've got the Stanley duster as well, very handy. And one thing I never thought I'd be able to use with a 30 litre compressor is a spray gun. So I'm a bit new to this. So next week I'll do a video about this spray gun and how well it works. So the trouble with reviewing a compressor is there's not much to say about them. They either compress air or they don't. I like the volume, I like the capacity. The only ever thing I do to it is it has a little label on it and a drain plug at the bottom saying you should empty it once a week. And I do that because if you release the plug all the way, it's amazing. You get a little pile of ice under it, how much water builds up in there. So if you want it to last a while, you really want to empty that water out once a week. Would I recommend getting one? Yeah, if you want a compressor, I think they're really good. It depends what you're going to use it for. if all you want to use is a brad nailer, then you could probably, for the price of one of these and one of these, you could get one of the high-end branded brad nailers, a battery one, which would be probably much more convenient than having the hose. But when you have a compressor, you find so many other uses for it. I don't have the gun here, and where have I put the nails? I've lost them, there they are. But when I built the workshop, I've got a big framing nailer that runs off this as well, which is a fraction of the price to get an air one than it would be to get a battery one. And I don't know what they're, 40mm ring shank nails to put all the cladding on. But I think it would shoot up to 90mm nails, so it's got some real power. That's another reason for having the 30 litre. I think if I had the 9 litre, it would struggle to, well, it'd probably fire these, but it would have to recharge, you know, every 4 or 5 nails, something like that. And a 9 litre compressor would never be able to spray, as this one just about copes. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with it. It compresses air and it's not too loud. I hope this was helpful to some of you. Thanks for watching. Thanks to my Patreons, and please subscribe for more videos.